Imagine I offer you a choice. I can hand you $100 right now, or you can wait 1 month and get 120. Most people grab the 100 and walk away. But now a different offer, $100 in 12 months, or 120 in 13 months. Suddenly, almost everyone waits for the extra 20. Here's the strange part. It's the exact same trade both times. Wait 1 more month, get $20 more. So why do we say no the first time and yes the second? By the end of this video, you'll understand the quiet glitch behind that flip and why it might be the biggest reason your savings aren't growing. Let's start somewhere familiar. It's Sunday night, and you promise yourself that this month you'll finally start putting money aside. Next month, you tell yourself, I'll be responsible. But then next month arrives, and there's a sale, a dinner, a gadget you've wanted, and that promise slides 1 more month into the future. You're not lazy, and you're not bad with money. You've just run into one of the most studied patterns in human behavior. It's called present bias, and the idea is simple. To your brain, right now feels enormous, and later feels small. A reward you can touch today is loud and bright. That same reward, months away, feels faded and thin, almost like it's happening to someone else. So whenever now and later sit side by side, now almost always wins, even when later is clearly the better deal. To see why, think about a long, straight road. The lamppost beside you looks tall, and an identical one far down the road looks tiny, even though they're the same size. Your brain does this with time. It shrinks future rewards the further away they sit, and it shrinks them fast. That's why the extra 20, 1 month away, felt too small to bother with, but only when the waiting started today. Push it all a year out, and both look far away, so you finally compare them honestly and pick the bigger one. Now here's what surprises most people. This isn't a math problem, and it isn't about willpower. You can know with certainty that waiting is worth more and run the numbers perfectly, and you'll still reach for the smaller reward now, because the decision isn't made by the calm, planning version of you. It's made by a second version, the one who lives inside this moment and hijacks the plan the other version made on Sunday night. That's the real tension. You have a present self and a future self, and they want different things. Your future self wants to feel safe, to have savings, to not worry, but your present self is holding the wallet right now, and your future self isn't in the room to argue. Every time you save, your present self pays the price, and someone else, future you, collects the reward much later. No wonder saving feels like a sacrifice instead of a win, and it gets stranger. When researchers slid people into brain scanners and asked them to picture themselves far in the future, thinking about that distant self looked almost identical to thinking about a stranger. Read that again. On some level, your brain treats future you as a different person. So when you're asked to save for that person, part of you reacts as if you're handing your cash to someone you've never met. Of course, the present self pushes back. Once you know present bias exists, you see it everywhere because entire industries are built on it. Buy now, pay later is present bias sold back to you. All the reward lands today, and the pain gets pushed onto a future self who feels far away. One-click ordering, next-day delivery, the free trial that bills you next month, each shrinks the cost into the faded future while blowing the reward up huge in the present. You're not weak for feeling the pull, it's engineered to fit the exact shape of the glitch. So what helps? Not shouting at yourself to have more discipline, because present bias laughs at discipline. What works is making the future feel closer and more real, so your brain stops filing it under stranger. It's picturing the specific life those savings buy, not a vague someday, and it's taking the decision away from your present self, setting things up once, in a calm moment, so saving happens on its own, before the present self gets a vote. You're not trying to win the fight every day, you're arranging things so the fight never happens. So let's go back to the start, $100 now or 120 in a month. The pull toward now isn't weakness, and it isn't bad math, it's present bias, a brain that treats today as huge, tomorrow as small, and future you as a stranger, and seeing it happen loosens its grip. Next time you feel that pull, pause and ask one quiet question. Am I choosing this, Or is my present self choosing for me? If this made you see your own choices differently, subscribe, because every video here is about the hidden ways your mind shapes what you do with money.